Did I sell the Senna? Everybody's been asking. I know Dave showed you guys that I hit him up and basically made a request that he take the Senna over to Protective Film Solutions and remove the livery. My favorite livery, the livery that I have waited many, many years to ever do on a car, the wheels, the LM wheels, the whole thing, right? The exhaust. And so did I put the car completely back to stock? Am I selling it? It did go to August Luxury Motor Cars here in Kelowna. We had Carlos run it up. And there's a reason for that. And there's a couple of things. One, if I sold that car right now, the market's a little soft, but on that car particularly, it has held the market value. If not, it's actually, this car particularly has gone up a little bit. There's a few reasons for that. First of all, it's a Senna. It's named after a super historic, iconic legend, Ayrton Senna. They're never gonna make another one and call it Senna again. Number two, it's a McLaren that is a limited edition Hyper Series car. And number three, it's an even rarer version in the Hyper Series. It is a fully exposed carbon version of that car. So it has a lot of things going for it, a lot of desirable things that a lot of people want. And so I decided, because I got an offer on that car for someone to buy it, and they live in my town here in Kelowna, that maybe sending it back, unwrapping it, showing it to them, they'd make me an offer that I couldn't refuse. And so that's what I did. I had the idea that I was gonna sell the Senna, maybe, playing with that idea. I was at home, I hadn't seen the Senna in a while, hadn't really driven it in the last couple of weeks. And so they sent it to PFS, and I went over when I got home and picked it up from August Luxury Motor Cars. And here it is. It's at my house. It's in the garage, and it's fully exposed carbon again, you guys. I left just a couple of decals on the front end here. And obviously I left the wheels on it. I just showed you the LM wheels, and it still has the exhaust. The only thing that came off this car is the livery. So full titanium, unobtainium, custom exhaust. It even says DDE Senna on it, which is a nice little touch. I think it sounds absolutely amazing. It's got my custom plate, DDE UFO. Okay, so that's that. Did I show the guy that offered to buy my car the car? Did he give me an offer I couldn't refuse? No. I didn't show him the car. Here's what happened. Jason unwrapped the car at PFS and sent me a photo of it, literally looking like this. Sorry, heavy bags in the way. And you know what happened? I fell completely in love with this car all over again. Listen, I love the livery. I think it's cool. It's great for attention on YouTube, but I'm like you guys. I like it carbon. The only downside is it's got no real branding on it for my company. So I did do one little update. I threw the new DDE Racing logo on the end plates of the wing. I think it's a nice touch. It's named after an iconic race car driver. This is a race car for the road. So what am I doing with the car? Well, that's a good question. Funny enough, I don't really have a plan. Surprise, surprise. I don't even always know what I'm doing. I'm pretty spur of the moment, you guys. And one of the things that was spur of the moment was my daughter, Presley. I don't take her to school very often or give her too many rides in any of my cars for a couple of personal reasons. One, it's not very safe to have a child under a certain age sit in the front seat because of airbags and whatnot. And yes, you can turn them off and some stuff like that. But, you know, a side impact or sitting in the front seat of any vehicle is more dangerous for the young kids than sitting in the back seat, and there's no back seat in here. So I rarely put Presley in an exotic car. But she did request to get a ride to school in a car, and unfortunately, I had some issues with my Revuelto. There'll be a video soon enough about that. And yeah, I just kind of pulled the ripcord and was like, hey, send it up to Canada, take the livery off of it. I love the carbon. If I show this guy this car and he buys it for a ridiculous amount of money, then I sell it. If not, I love the car. It can stay here, and that's what it's doing for now. I have a lot of project cars. I'm super grateful. And, you know, I have things I still got to dial in on the Murcielago. I have things I want to dial in and obviously get done on the 720 GTR. So I have an amazing McLaren that's about to come back to the channel. I have a big update on that coming out, so stay tuned. I have the twin turbo F12, you know, we have the first start of that hopefully happening soon. So long story short, I got lots of stuff that I can work on, and I don't need to work on a Senna right now, and I can just leave it here and keep the mileage down a little bit. For the record, I drove it a lot. I wonder if it'll show it here. Oh no. Oh yeah, it might turn on. I drove it a lot in the first year of ownership. I've had this car for just over a year now. And this car, I don't know if it'll display it without me turning the car on. Nope, it just shows the time. Oh yeah. This car has 12,600 kilometers. 12,600. Do you know what I bought it with? 1,000. That's right. I've put 11,500 kilometers on this car. So if you think that I don't daily drive my cars, I drive all of them all the time, and I drive them long distances. I drove this car to Phoenix and back, which was a 12-hour round trip in a single day. It was like 800 miles, so 1,000 kilometers in one day. I'm really excited to get to the other projects, and that's it. That's the update for now. The Senna's here. It's an amazing car. It's freaking carbon fiber everywhere. Like, look at this thing. The seats, the dash, the actual chassis, where the door sills are, where everything is. Everything's carbon in this car. And then you have this beautiful polished carbon fiber body. 67 panels, MSO special, McLaren special operations. 1,000 actual human hours goes into polishing this car. And there she sits. And I'll be able to come to my gym, do my workouts, do my thing on the treadmill, and stare at this beauty. And maybe you guys will see it in the spring.
You guys, this is NordVPN. It is on my phone, and I actually pay for it. They are sponsoring today's video, but this is my personal account I've been paying for 5 years because it's super important to protect your data. Guy right now, I just asked him off camera, I'm like, are you using a NordVPN? He goes, no. Why would I do that? Well, everything he's doing right now, people can find, can track, can sell. Good ideas, bad ideas, good things, bad things. We don't know their intentions. All I know is I want my stuff encrypted, and NordVPN encrypts your data, protects you. They have all these things in place to make sure that your information is held private. But what's really cool, why I love it, why I continue to use it more and more, is the ability to change my location. So there's a lot of benefits to that. Number one, things like Netflix. You want to watch a show that's not available in your country, you literally just go in here, and this is how simple it is. And let's say I want to see, what can I watch in Brazil? Sao Paulo. Look at that, guys. We're now connected to Brazil. And it goes on and on and on. Things like the App Store, certain apps you can't get in your country. Being in Canada, where I live, working in the US, lots of the apps I use cross-border doesn't work. So when I get home to Canada, if I go to hit an app I want to use, it says not available in the region. So I change my VPN, then I can use it. So that's a really quick, instant benefit, but more importantly, it's the security factors. Right now, Guy has no security whatsoever.
I do not.
You need to stay safe with malware with Threat Protection Pro. It's the fastest VPN on the planet. Your traffic is always protected with robust encryption. There's also the kill switch. Make sure your data is never exposed by accident. You guys, right now, click the link in the description. Download NordVPN. You'll get the benefits of all the YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff, but more importantly, protect your data. It's really important. I talked about that a while ago in the stories video about hackers and selling information. The more silent you are on the internet, the better. You want to make sure that all your stuff isn't being exposed, especially if you're into some weird stuff. I don't judge. I'm judging him right now. Okay, go to NordVPN.com right now. Sign up. Okay, Guy?
Yes.
That's an order from a commanding officer. You're not doing it. He thinks I'm kidding.
Okay, I am going into the weird room that's full of random different things. Dave, what is going on in here? We've got a lot of...
So this is our spare warehouse, and there's so much room here, we don't have to do with it all.
Yeah.
But what we have to do, come over this way for a second. All this is our spare parts package, if you will, and a lot of it is just from cars we've modified over the years and cars that we might not even own anymore. Obviously, the most of these parts here are from the F12. So somebody's job, probably Guy's, is to go through and catalog everything we own and to start selling it on eBay. Because the F12, I mean, there's well over 100 grand worth of spares for the F12 we could sell. Like just the carbon ceramic brakes, that'd be probably 15,000 bucks right there. The dash, I mean, I'm not sure if people are like, hey, I need a dash for an F12, but if they do,
you've got it.
we're your guy. DCT transmission, and all the interior bits, and just.
What's all this stuff? Is this just like
That's
random?
F12.
This is all F12?
Stock F12 exhaust, the knuckles and the spindles from the suspension.
Wow, I see you've got parts. Is that from your Gallardo?
Yeah, so that Squadra, of course, the front rear bumper, obviously wouldn't sell that. The idea of the Squadra, I mean, my goal would be is one day I just exit that from the business and make that my personal car. Because it's owned by the company, which is DDE, which your dad and our business partners in. But, you know, to have that car one day as like an actual asset that I own would be really cool. But there's a huge tax bill to come with that, and it's a lot. But what I would do is I would make it back to stock.
Oh, really?
Like exterior wise, yeah, I would just make it back to Squadra. I'd leave it supercharged, but other than that, it would be factory wheels, factory suspension, factory body panels, everything.
How many miles are on that car?
69,269. I'm not being weird.
You know the exact.
Yeah, 'cause I made a video on it when it broke down.
Oh, wow.
And it hasn't been driven. Well, I drove it to Nick's shop, so maybe it's 69,270 now. But I bought it with 8,000 in April 2019.
Wow.
I sold it for a little bit, but the buyer I bought it off of drove it like 4,000 kilometers. I bought it back.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of miles in that car.
That's crazy. And is that F12 as well?
Yeah, so those are 550 seats that our friend Angie bought off of us. The F550, but those are the seats from it. F12 seats, Squadra Porsche seats. I don't even know what these are. What the hell are these from? Those look like Porsche seats with your mics. Because obviously Mike has some of his stuff here at the shop. And then some of the mystery cars. I think it's Mike's customer. It's Mike. I don't even know. It's obviously like a good race car.
Yeah, this is a pretty serious wing on here.
And we have our truck. The funny thing is that we have this one-ton truck, right? And we have the race cars. We go the track with it, and then now it just sits here.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you guys are using.
Well, these are empty barrels, so those will go to recycling. Other than that, it'll sit here, but it should be on triple charger because these things kill batteries.
Gotcha.
I'll figure that out, but you know, there are some poor financial choices. Like this thing is $2,000 a month sitting here. So the argument would be, well, when you want to go to the track or use a truck, should you just rent a truck for the day? The answer would be yes. The downside is we bought this height of the market. Carlos owned it, and then something weird happened on the lease. I was looking at the paperwork the other day, and it said purchase price 106 Canadian, and then selling price 116. So somehow there's $10,000 that added to this deal when we bought it that I never caught. So I need to call the company we bought it from. It's not from August, it's separate. Be like, so what's this $10,000 thing? It's probably some sort of like dealer add-on. Because when we bought it from Carlos, I had to go back to the dealer because it was leased and we leased it back. But anyways, it's not worth that today. I actually almost debated because I'm selling the TRX, like I could just drive this for a while. The problem is that a dually is not to pain to daily. Yeah, you can do it if you're a real man, blah, 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 blah. But it's just a pain to park and get around parking lots because it's so wide.
Yeah, that's understandable. Is your cop car running?
Well, so that belongs to Nico. The cop car and the 350 is Nico's. He just leaves it here. And then Ben Pack is so generous, he gives all these lifts, so he has all these storage lifts over here that
Oh, wow.
we haven't utilized yet. I mean, we did take a lot of square footage on that I'm sure we'll grow into, but it has to be dollar producing. So to have a bunch of cars parked over here, like we're not going to offer car storage. Like people are like, oh, well, you can store cars here and make money. Yeah, but it's like what, for $500 per car, they have a customer to deal with, liability. If the car gets damaged, if there's a leak in the building and water damages the car and we're liable, like for $500 a month, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But here's one car that we have to talk about. Do you know what that is?
Which one are you pointing at?
This.
This?
You know what that is?
That looks, that's the infamous Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's the windshield.
Is that SVJ, right?
That's from SVJ. So this is an event. This is a 2017 Aventador or 2018 chassis.
I like that you've got Exhibit A on here.
Yeah, that's from the video we did. You have to go back and look at it, understand the humor behind it. But
Are you guys gonna keep this? Make it like, you can make like a little museum of all the
the windshield?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just gonna keep this whole thing?
Oh, this car we bought separately. So this is from an auto wrecker. We bought the car to build a car off of it. So the idea is that the F12, which you guys watched the video yesterday, we're not sure if it's gonna start or run. It's gonna deal with that. But the idea was that when that car is done, if it's successful, meaning it runs we want it to run, you guys watch the videos and it grows us and it gives us more business coming in, then we okay, cool. We want to turn this into an all-wheel drive version of what we did there.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be a V12 sequential gearbox, all-wheel drive, full tube chassis. And then what Mike was gonna do is scan this on a scanner, and then he could remotely, if you want to take a vacation or talk about doing sailing, things like that, he could remotely design it all, have it all printed out ahead of time. So when he comes back in to build it, it would be just assembly more than anything, versus trying to use the stock chassis and make it all work. He says it'd be a lot easier in a lot of ways, but it wouldn't be as cheap. I mean,
what is around here? Not a lot.
nothing.
No.
The chassis we paid $8,000 for it. We got from our friends at AZ Cycle in Arizona. But this would be a solid, probably $600,000 build on top of the car.
Wow.
See, the F12 would cost more because it was a clean car. The F12 was a $300,000 car to begin with. We took it apart, which is dumb. So, as far as like, if I could say what was our biggest financial mistake ever, it would be the F12, maybe. Right now it's not running. And it's made a lot of videos, but the argument would be like, well, we don't miss uploads. So if we didn't have the F12, we'd have a different car.
Yeah.
That maybe wouldn't cost as much. So it's really up to you guys to see if this all works or not based on when that car is done and we make crazy videos with it. If those videos really garnish a lot of attention and it's a fan favorite, you guys love it, then it was worth it. So based on the success of that will be the life of this, because this is a big boy. Right, we have to figure out a custom all-wheel drive system, custom transmission for that, build a V12 for it. Obviously, even a blank V12 from a wrecker is $50,000, $60,000, then you gotta build it. You saw how long that took.
Yeah.
So I think people, when they say like it took us a long time and they kind of vent a little bit about it and they think about like the unicorn, but they didn't vlog the unicorn. The unicorn took years to build. They didn't film it. Maybe, I don't think they kept it a secret, but like it wasn't well documented, which I think is a shame. Basically, they just wrote a check. And that car was definitely over $1 million, maybe more than that. Because it's just, you gotta think all the labor. I think of Mike's labor, Tim's labor, then you have the building. Like, we wouldn't have any of this or the tools if we weren't building cars. Like, prior to, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, your dad and I didn't have an HQ. We literally didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
We had the hotel, and we just drive around.
I was working with you guys
Yeah,
COVID time, and it was all you talk about. You really wanted this, basically.
Yeah. And like, do I have any regrets? Not regret, just like, we definitely need to hire more people to help us scale and take off some of the pressure.
Yeah.
And the creative.
Yeah.
Because one thing, I'll tell you right now, it's one thing to hold that camera and hold it for a minute. It's another thing to piece this together, title, thumbnail, schedule it, so it converts. Because without that, it doesn't work, right? So right now, it's just your dad and I. And we want to be able to go, okay, how can we find talent to come in and go, okay, cool, you're in charge of Instagram, you're in charge of Snapchat. And people are, I'll do it. It's one thing to do it, it's another thing to do it successfully and have a proven track record. Now, are they out there? For sure. It's taking the time to trial and error.
Yeah, it's more time. More
but
time.
Like, everything's content. Everything's content all the time. Like, stories that this channel, there's so much that gets missed. So much that gets missed. Like, Garrett sold his Integra or his Hondas here.
I noticed it was gone.
There's no stories video on it. We weren't here.
We were not here.
And we don't have somebody here when we're not here, like Mike and Tim building the car. It's not their job to stop everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, that car left and he sold for like next to nothing. It's something, it's interesting.
How long did he have that car for?
Years.
Wow.
Yeah. But he has a bad leg and he can't drive manual like that. And then this is actually so this bolted onto the front. As you can see, it was in an accident, that's why it's crunched. This is from the rear.
Wow. How much is this worth?
Nothing. It's
Nothing?
damaged. Yeah, like look at this. That hole's not supposed to be there. So yeah, this is our, and it's funny, we weren't even filming here. We have this was like the size of our old HQ.
Yeah.
And the truth is, we could literally just have this and operate. Like what Mike needs of storing cars, you could put up one of those sheets on the wall. Like we literally just need this space.
Yeah. Now this is just like your junk drawer room.
It is. The challenge is if we ever wanted to downsize. So let's say your dad and I are like, you know what, we don't want an HQ anymore. We want to keep it simple. Or we want to get like a 2,000 square foot place, or we want to move back to Canada and film in Kelowna only. What the hell do you do with all this crap we have? That's why we have to start getting smarter and start liquidating, like, you know, not saying we have plans to do that, but like, you know, you're better off to be ahead of it.
Yeah.
Like, literally all this random crap I bought. I bought this to surprise your dad one day.
Does this work?
Yeah, there's no audio though, so I need to find someone that can come in and fix this, but it's the Fast and the Furious arcade game. It's cool.
It is cool.
It's from 2004, it's 20 years old. Almost as old as you.
Almost. That's pretty old.
But yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then today, you guys will see this in a few days. I'm trying to get Tim's car running. So I have the boys here. I'm gonna film that for the main channel. And then tomorrow's video for you guys is gonna be seeing if they can figure out why the F12 won't start. Because if that motor has to be torn apart and start from scratch, you're adding 3 months, minimum 3 months, which puts us into like now January, February, spring. Next thing you know, I'm 50.
Yeah, people aren't going to be happy about that.
And revolt, there'll be anger in the streets.
Yep, lots of anger. Hey, so I noticed something is missing here, and I was wondering when you're going to tell everybody about your decision with the Senna.
Oh yeah, about that. Well, I mean, it's no mystery. I had it unwrapped, right?
Yeah,
So-
it looks so sick.
Right?
I mean, it looks sick with it wrapped, but unwrapped, it's like...
So let's make something clear. An exposed carbon body car, specifically the Senna, is amazing. It's the best version, in my opinion, of that car because the body panels being exposed and like polished, which takes a lot of time. 1,000 hours hand polishing the 67 panels that are on the Senna. That's a lot, which is why you pay the big bucks for that one. So that obviously is my favorite. I only wrapped it because like here for doing YouTube stuff, bright colors and crazy liveries change the look of the car. You can make it a one-off, more unique. There was never another McLaren that obviously had that Lark style color in combination with the Senna GTR livery, which is that chrome design with the hexagons.
Right.
So I just always wanted that. It was like a look I really liked, which made that car very one of one. Because there are other exposed carbon body Sennas. Not a lot, but there are other ones. So it still has currently the LM wheels I had made for it. I have the factory wheels with the car also. What's gonna happen to the car? Well, that's a good question. It's currently sitting in my garage at my house. I was gonna take the car over to August. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I love that car. It costs a lot of money. $2 million Canadian, which is about probably actually more now because that car has actually gone up in value since a few other ones were crashed.
Question. I'm assuming, so that's the price for the full carbon body one. Mm-hmm. Is there another version without the carbon body?
Yeah, you
And
can
what
get
does that cost?
various specs. You can get one that's painted, so the body's not exposed.
Okay.
And depending on the paint, because you can get some really expensive paint jobs from MSO.
Mm-hmm.
So some people have like custom one-off paint jobs that are probably worth in the hundreds of thousands, like $100,000, $150,000 paint job.
Oh, so the paint adds... for some reason I thought that the exposed carbon would add more value.
It does.
It does?
It does, because you have to hand polish the carbon. But
Gotcha.
you can paint a car and it can still be worth $100,000+ in a paint,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
I'm just saying, depending on the paint job, if the car is just white, that's less expensive for a painted Senna that's just white versus one that has a custom paint job that's got a $150,000 paint job now on it.
Right.
So Senna's range between $1 million all the way up to millions because they make all these different versions of them.
Wow.
And you can get like the Senna GTR. You can get the Senna GTR LM, which only made 5 of them. Then you can get the Senna LM street car. Like, in a weird way, actually, now that you got me talking about it, Sennas are kind of like Porsche 911s.
I was kind of just going to say that. It's sounding like the Porsche talk.
If you don't know, if you're not familiar with all the variants, do you want one of these, by the way? Do you want a shake?
Sure, I'll take a shake.
There you go.
Thank you. How many you got left? Those are like, you
I'm
call
down
them
to
liquid
the-
gold.
It's my liquid gold. It is my liquid
Wow,
gold.
he must really like me if he's giving me one of these and there's only 4 left.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, give that. No. We can order some more. So, yeah, it's like, I'd say they range, like I just said, from, what was that?
What are you looking for?
Well, remember how we were like, hey, there's a lot of fruit flies.
Yeah. Oh,
Those are fruit flies, aren't they?
those.
They look like flies.
Yep, those sure are fruit flies.
So here's my next question. Are the fruit flies from here?
Oh. Is it full?
I don't know if that's possible because this is sealed, but did you notice that? There were a bunch of dead fruit flies there?
Yeah, when I walked by, it did smell like,
Pineapple.
yeah, sure did.
Well, this is the old pineapple I had, but it's sealed. Like, do you see any flies coming out of here? Do you?
No, but when did you throw that out?
Just the other day.
And it was in the fridge before?
Yeah.
Well, that could be why there's all those fruit flies in the fridge. Oh, yeah. It's not looking too good.
But it's sealed. Like, how would flies get, like, I don't see any fruit flies near this thing. Regardless, I'm gonna put it out because the flies are driving me nuts.
Gate is opening.
So, your question was, what's happening to the Senna?
Correct.
You might have to wait and find out. Maybe I don't know.
You're not even sure?
I don't know. Who is that? Does this get picked up today?
I'm not sure when your garbage days are here.
What is that from? Car parts in there.
So the answer to my question is we don't really have an answer.
I'll let you know a little secret.
Okay.
Someone offered to buy my car. That person lives in Kelowna, where I live. So I shipped the car home. I asked them if they bought it, would they want it wrapped or unwrapped? They said unwrapped.
No.
Have you ridden scooters yet?
Yeah, I have.
You good at it?
Nah. Are you?
Well, you have no idea. Tanner Fox, I made it down.
You created him?
Yeah, it was just a kid before. I became a scooter kid.
Well, let's see a trick.
Keep it up, keep it up. See? Keep it up. See? How impressed are you right now that I just did that?
So impressed.
Those guys in the mall on the one wheel is looking really cool. Here's the thing.
Jesus.
When I was young, like you're, well, younger than you. You're not young anymore. You're getting up there. When I was a teenager,
Gee, thanks.
I had a car with a stereo. I thought, man, girls must think I'm so cool. Then you get older and realize that girls do not think cars are cool. You want proof of that?
That's not true.
Go to a car meet. See all the girls there hanging out?
Hey, actually, there are girls at car meets.
You see a lot of girls. Is there a 1-to-1 ratio?
No. There's not a 1-to-1 ratio of girls to guys.
What do girls like in boys?
What do girls like in boys?
Yeah, not cars. What is it?
Sensitivity, empathy, everything you lack.
You spelt money wrong.
Yeah, thanks for that. So we just tried to go into Spirit Halloween to get Dad a mask for tomorrow, and the lineup wrapped around the entire store. And what'd you say, it was at least 100 people long?
Oh, easily.
Yeah. So now we're going to get some Thai food.
So what's the plan for a mask?
He's getting the Michael Myers mask. You're not switching it up this year? I guess you got like the jumpsuit, hey?
Just a guy today. Yeah. I never thought about it. We're busy filming 2 masks. Or 2 masks. 2 move videos.
Yeah, that's not
Good? What?
You should have thought about that. We brought Guy in to help with this stuff. Sometimes it can be personal things too if it maintains the ability to be productive. You see, is Damon's time worth the 2 hours to go get a mask?
No.
Probably not. Unless it was a bonding experience with his daughter or his wife, but if it's by himself, then it's not worth it.
Well, I wasn't gonna let him go alone.
Yeah, you guys are done bonding. You're old enough now. You're on your own. That shit's set. Hey, you're also navigating to the Thai place. I hope you know.
Hey.
Hello.
What up, bro? Welcome to the Thai restaurant.
You already used some of my food for me?
Yeah.
Additional. It's a pretty cool.
Thanks. Are they taking photos of
That's
this?
for you, buddy.
Is that for my baby?
Round 2.
Round 2. We came to a different Halloween store. See, I'm so busy all the time, I leave some things like Halloween or holidays to the last minute, along with some other people, and I'm trying to find a Halloween mask. So when I fly home tomorrow, I can go trick-or-treating with Presley, which is the reason why I'm flying home. I'm gonna fly back to Canada, take her trick-or-treating, and then the next morning, I'm gonna get on a jet and fly back here because I have the block party in November 2nd. I don't know when this video comes out, but if you're around, come by the block party.
This video comes out not
Before?
tomorrow, the 1st, so it'll be the next day. This is the block party. Come tomorrow to the block party.
Come tomorrow to the block party. So I'm standing in line because everybody's last minute in SoCal. I didn't realize it was this crazy.
Oh yeah, look at the line behind us now too.
And we went to another location and it was nuts. We got in. The line up there to pay at the cash register was 4 times the size of this. It was crazy. But they were out of what I wanted anyhow. I'm trying to get a very specific mask, and I'll show you once we get inside.
He wants to be specific the day before Halloween.
I know. It's either I get myself the Michael Myers mask I want, or I'm going as a naughty nurse.
All right, we made it in.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Michael Myers.
Which one? The one? You should get the one where he's just crying at the top. Yeah, that one's pretty creepy.
Yeah. These are crazy, man. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So many options.
There's a lot of options.
That's good though.
Unless, actually, no, they won't be sold out of all of them.
No.
They're pretty good. Look at the Joker one. The Joker one's cool. You look creepy.
Do what?
Yeah, you do. Got the goods.
Alright.
You
We
got
got
it.
2 masks. I got
Yep.
the original Michael Myers and the 2018, which is sick.
So sick.
That was good. You parked right there, right? That was actually pretty good. We went in. They had
Good.
I got the original. So check this out. I got the OG Michael Myers, like the original from way back in the day.
Oh, it's Dave.
With a lot more hair.
And then I got the 2018 one.
There's different levels to this.
Dude, they made that movie's like got so many versions of it. It's rad.
This is the weathered Michael Myers.
This is like those ones where like he gets burnt, his face is all half burnt.
Perfect.
So creepy.
You wear that at the block party?
Oh shit. Hey? Which one's creepier, the white one or this one?
That one.
This one. So, anyhow, I bought the original one because I just really wanted to put it like even in my house on like just as a collector. But it's cool because this place sells like the original replicas, like what they would have worn back in the movie.
You should just drive the minivan with both those masks on to get coffee in the morning.
Oh my god.
It's a good idea, Jason.
So,
Alright, getting out of here?
yeah, so we'll head to the shop.
Yeah.
The biggest thing to wait there was actually just to get in. Once we were it was actually really quick, and they had really good service. Like I was like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "Blah blah blah, Michael Myers mask." He's like, "Okay, which one?" Blah blah blah, and he knew all the different episodes and series.
You probably watching The Terrifier.
Yeah, he was really into all that stuff. You should have no, Dave. You should have seen the Terrifier masks they had there. They were
one?
They had like legit.
because they were like they were expensive masks.
Throw me a number.
Like $100 for the Terrifier one or more.
You'd be pretty committed to do that.
It was creepy as hell. It looked extremely real.
Not do that.
Oh, that's cool. My bad. Hey, boundaries.
Funny story. He used to run 14 of these locations. He used to be a district manager.
Really?
Yeah. I was a 1363456 partner number, hired in 2007.
Well, I'm a
You're a 2, aren't you?
221.
Ah,
He knew.
Shame.
I will be working with the company for about 8 years or so. So
Crazy.
actually, this is my first job too. So
I quit when you got hired. I quit in 17.
really, got tired of the siren.
I got tired of the politics.
Wait, I did the Mickey Mouse voice. Oh boy, politics. My favorite.
Now you have one shot at guessing what is his new career. Since he left Starbucks, he's done the same thing. How long ago was that?
2017.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Hard Rock, PFS. I see the Swedish flag with 2 names on them.
That's confusing. There's not some good clues here.
Yeah, the clues aren't great.
You got fake teeth now.
I feel like
Go really crazy. She's filming. What do you think he does?
I gotta keep it short because I know I gotta make sure I keep checking out everything and whatnot.
You want one hint?
Yes.
Number one career every kid wants to be.
Wrestling? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm just not very good at it.
12 years. We knew each other when we were younger. Kind of went separate ways. Reconnected. At actually a Starbucks when he was manager, and he was like, "What do you do?" And basically, I was like, "I do online marketing." So he came work with me briefly, and I had an idea to start a YouTube channel, and we run a YouTube channel for the last 12 years.
Oh, nice. What's the YouTube channel name?
Daily Driven Exotics. If you like cars, typically we're in nice cars.
It's not usually a minivan, although this is.
It's just a fun story because
Wait, what's it called again?
Daily,
Yeah, I'm fine.
Daily, Driven Exotics.
Driven.
Exotics.
You all have an Insta by any chance?
Yeah,
Same name.
it's all the same. So it's just a funny story because you are probably never going to come across another manager from Starbucks that ran like a whole bunch of stores and left to become an asshole YouTuber. Personality and a great voice.
Just make TikToks. Get big on TikTok, get an audience, and then convert to
I'd rather
Hollywood.
work for it than try to get instant fame.
That is working for it nowadays, though.
Yeah, that's true, but still.
Anyways, Jordan,
Good
nice
luck.
to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all too. Y'all will go. I'll show you guys the channel.
We'll get our window fixed for next time.
Great personality.
Very nice
You want
guy.
to go hire him?
Yeah.
He does voice stuff. We get him to do all our voiceover. Could you imagine? Some guy from Starbucks with a nice, sexy voice is just all of a sudden talking like the twin turbo F12.
The 2012 starts one more time.
Yeah.
That
He's our Morgan Freeman.
Damon applies the throttle at the right exact time. Initiates with a clutch kick.
And we get him classes so he gets like a proper British accent, but he's not British.
Remember Jamie's making those AI songs?
Did Jason follow us?
Jason's with us?
No, is he, or did he go to the shop?
I don't know. Did we communicate to him we're going to Starbucks?
No. Okay, we should go to the shop. Jason's probably looking for us.
I'll say it again. Aviate, navigate, communicate. It's the last priority.
I'll do it.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that's another one of my things. I was like, wait, what?
No, that's a rule of aviation. You guys should know that. The last thing you do is talk on the radio.
All right, guys, something really exciting is we're going to shoot a Peloton promo. And we just wanted to do a little behind the scenes because we love them. They're one of our biggest sponsors. They make an absolutely epic shoe. And so check this out. You want to see how promos are done? This is how it's done. All right, Dave's got the speaking points. We got the camera. We're going to shoot it here because technically the video that this promo is going to get dropped in, Dave and I are technically not in town when it got shot. It's the first startup attempt of the twin turbo F12. Great video shot by Mark. Tim, Mike, the whole team were here. Long story short, we're gonna do this promo right now. Okay? How do we want to do the intro?
Well, we have to do organic the fact that, hey guys, we're here, but we're not here. Unfortunately, we filmed this before you guys saw what happened, and we're not here because we're in Canada when you're watching this. Long story short, our feet are sore. We have a solution, Peloton. A comfortable shoe, a driving shoe, and Jason needs some because what's he wearing?
Well, Jason loves black shoes.
These
He's
are
just got the
black.
wrong black shoes on.
right.
You get your hat too, so that piece of shit you're wearing.
I work for you now.
Put it back on.
Oh yeah, we do a lot of screwing around sometimes just to get into the flow of things. We're giving this to Jason. Right?
Jason's gonna be swapping because whatever he's wearing now ain't working for me.
Trash.
All right. All right, guys, we need to interrupt this programming to thank today's sponsor, and it is none other than Peloton, the world's best driving shoe. That's right, handmade in Portugal. And our boy Jason, otherwise known as JW, if you know what that stands for, Mr. John Wick himself, he loves black shoes, but he's got the wrong black shoes on. Here's a new hat. Throw the hat on, and here you are, sir. Your new Peloton shoes. You see how I slid those out effortlessly? Nice. David?
No one else does it.
There goes my Tesla. Here comes my Aston Martin.
Yeah. Sometimes we do a couple takes.
The only one issue is this.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Jason, you are all over the place.
What are you doing?
All right, you guys, we need to thank today's sponsor. It is one of our biggest sponsors, Peloton. Peloton make a lifestyle driving shoe. If you play soccer, you wear soccer shoes. If you play basketball, you wear basketball shoes. And if you are a driver, you wear Pelotons. They give you the pedal feel you want. They make driving more fun. The shoes are handmade in Portugal out of Italian suede. Now, we're currently wearing the Shift. And guess what? Jason's shifting. I don't know where he's going. You are all over the place. Hey, come on. He's got the Shift on, and apparently
I got it down
it's
now.
giving him the pedal feel he needs, but the steering wheel, they might need to make some
It's
gloves.
called a racing line, Jason.
It is
Try it
called a
sometime.
racing line. So Dave's got on the feature right now, and that is a black suede on white. And guess what? I got on my favorite Tennessee pine. These green pop, just to give you a little bit of color. Do left foot braking. Do left foot braking. What are you doing, Jason? I thought you were doing
Jesus.
left foot braking. Do you know how to drive? Okay, go. Go. Pedals, pedals, pedals. Come on, Jason. Let's see what you got. You got the Peloton Shift on, man. Show some respect.
Let's respect those
Drive
shoes.
on the track.
Hey! How's good? There's one problem though.
What?
Pinestone, Tennessee pine, color moss.
Are you sure? Did I?
I don't want to kill me both with each other. Like, damn, you had it. I don't want to kill your flow.
So
It's
close.
good for your confidence building. Tennessee pine.
Voiceover?
Oh yeah, I do.
Swap it out.
I do it all the time. Rude. That's a really good flow. And when it's organic, last week I did a one take of a 2-minute promo, and it took me 30 takes. But when you do it in one take with no ums or ahs, it looks really good.
You got 30 views on it too.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason. Those puppies up.
What did you do for the shot?
Literally.
Okay, that's good. Okay, last but not least, you're gonna come here and film my shoes. You're gonna film them straight on. Your shoes are dirty, mine are brand new. You're gonna film the pedal box literally squared up like that. And the bottom of my white shoes, nice and clean, doing the pedals. That make sense?
Yeah.
That's one last shot. I think that'll look really cool from that angle. It's just your feet were, I think your shoes are used, right?
Yeah, you're in the shot.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
With the light behind it or on top of it?
Come over here. That's better. All right. Good prop. You good?
Yeah.
Go. Brake, 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 brake. Throttle. Threshold brake. That's good.